I mean, it's a gift for me as a director to work with actors who I've grown up admiring. Both of them I've seen all my life. I watched Robert Redford movies with my dad. I remember watching Carrie in high school and then discovering Badlands. And so just getting a chance to be in the presence of this talent, not to mention actually directing them in a film, is a real luxury for me as a filmmaker. I always try to just have the most chilled out environment imaginable. I really try to make it a fun place for people to feel free to create. We always have a script that we're working off of, but I love to work with the actors to just veer away from that or color outside the lines. And in the case of working with Bob and Sissy, I really wanted them to play their parts as if they were teenagers. So my directionism was like, play these roles as if you're teenagers on a first date, and let's see what happens with that. I've read about TIFF all my life. Like, as a fan of like cinema, it's always been, you know, in September it was like I always looked forward to reading about all the movies I had to anticipate that fall. So to actually be here, to be seeing those movies and to have one of my own play here is really just sort of like a landmark occasion in my nascent career.
It's a great role. It was just fun to play. It's just a great character. It's also a true story.
Speak a little bit about the dynamic of you and Sissy. You guys were wonderful together.
It was easy. It was easy. She's such a joy. She's such a good actress. Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't worked before.
We had fun. We sat in that diner and ate pie and got to know each other, and he drew me pictures and we flirted, and it was great.
Talk about working with David, the director.
Oh, I adore him. Oh my God. Everybody, you want to work with David Lowery. He's so collaborative. And he's really a smart guy, and he's really a consummate filmmaker, and he just part of this film, and he worked on it and delivered a loving portrait of and send-off for Bob. I mean, it's so appropriate for this time. It feels great. So now I can always say, I worked with Robert Redford. It was in my bucket list. Yeah.
Yeah, I play Maureen, who's kind of like, you know, in couples you go back and forth about the backbone, who's the spine of the relationship, and I think right now he's in a funk, and she's like, listen, you're either going to do something about your life or you're going to sulk by yourself, because this is not going to happen in here. And I love that, and like, you never get to really see a couple who's like in love and like happy, but like also have like normal problems. You know, so it was fun, and Casey was awesome to work with and loving and welcoming. This is my first time here, and it's just like a bunch of creatives, a bunch of people who love film and who are excited to show the fruits of their labor to everybody else. And you know, everybody's been so welcoming and saying really great things, so I'm grateful. I'm like, that's Robert Redford. Him and Paul Newman are like my favorite two actors, and I'm like, it's incredible. A girl from Hollis, Queens, like, who would have thought?